Assistant Professor BBA in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. So here I'm back with an online lecture series on company account subject. So let's start the lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss Accounting Standard 18. Okay. So first of all, the name of Accounting Standard 18 is Related Party Disclosure. So first we will understand that what is the meaning by related party. Okay. So for C, who will include in related party and what do you understand by related party? Okay. So meaning of related party. As per AS 18, related party means at any time during the year, one party has an ability to control the other party, exercise significant influence over the other party in making financial and operating decisions. So, what do you understand by related party? So, related party means when an enterprise or a party have the control on other party, and that the party who have the control exercise their significant influence or exercise their control on other party in making the financial or operating decisions. Okay, so basically, related party means at any time during the year, if one party has the ability to control the other party, and he also exercise, both party also exercise their control of their significant influence over the party in making the financial or operating decisions. Okay, so this will be known as related party. Okay, now what do you understand by control? Which type of control must have by one party to another? So control means ownership, direct or indirect, of more than 50% of voting power of an enterprise. If a party has more than 50% of voting power in another party, in another concern, then first party will be known as reporting party, second one will be known as related party. So for being a control, there must be 50% of voting power of an enterprise of a company or a party. Okay. So first of all, let me clear you one thing, that this accounting standard will not be applied only companies. ये accounting standard सिर्फ companies पे allowed applicable नहीं होगा. This accounting standard will apply on any kind of business. It may be any partnership firm, any AOP, any POI, and anything else. So on each type of party, this accounting standard will be applied. Not only on companies, this accounting standard will apply, but also all the organizations, this accounting standard will apply. It may be any partnership form or any other sole proprietary or any other organization. On all the organization, accounting standard will be applicable. So, yes, we are discussing the related party, meaning of the related party. So basically, related party at that party related party means at any time during the year, if one party has the ability to control over another party, and that first party exercise their control on over the making the decision financial decision or operating decision of second party. Okay. Now we are discussing control. What do you mean by control? So in control, if one party has 50% of voting line in other party, in second party. तो एक पार्टी एक सोल प्रोप्राइटरी दूसरी किसी फॉर्म से या सोल प्रोप्राइटरी का 50% अगर वोटिंग राइट उसके पास है, एंटरप्राइज का 50% वोटिंग राइट अगर आपके पास है डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली, देन इट विल बी अज्यूम दैट यू हैव द कंट्रोल ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्टी और you have the control over the sole proprietor or the entity or the enterprise. Okay. Yes. In case of company, control of the composition of board of directors. That means you in the case of company, you have the control of the composition of board of directors. बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर का composition पे आपका कंट्रोल है. आपके वोट के बिना बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर कोई भी नहीं बन सकता. बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर का मेंबर नहीं, कोई भी डायरेक्टर आपके वोट के बिना नहीं बन सकता. If you have such kind of influence or such kind of control, then that will be such kind of influence, then this will be called that you have the control on another company. Okay. In case of any other enterprises, control of the composition of corresponding governing body. In the case of other enterprises other than the company, then you must be control on composition of corresponding governing body. If you have the control on composition of any subscription का अगर control आपके पास है, then this will also known as control. Okay? And third, substantial interest in voting power and the power to direct the financial and operating policies of the enterprises. If the controlling party who is controlling the other party, so controlling party has substantial interest directly or indirectly in financial or operating policies, then in that case also it will be known as control. So being the control on any enterprises, these three conditions must be fulfilled. That you should have 50% voting power in that enterprise. If there is a company, then you have the control of composition of board of directors. If there is any other enterprises, then you have the control of composition of corresponding governing body. And third condition, you must have substantial interest in voting power. Okay, so these are the three conditions where control. We will see what is the meaning by substantial interest later. So if you fulfill these three conditions, that means you have control on other party. Okay. Yes. Now let's move on. Units covered under related party relationship. So which units will be covered under related party relationship? Before seeing this, let's see one thing. That why this accounting standard is established. So this standard established requirement for the disclosure of related party relationship and transaction between a reporting enterprise and its related party. So ये accounting standard existence में क्यों आया? Because ये अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड बोलता है कि आपकी जो रिलेटेड पार्टी है उसके साथ जो रिलेशन है, उसके साथ जो भी आप ट्रांजेक्शन करते हैं, आपको उनको भी डिस्क्लोज करना चाहिए ताकि आपका एक ट्रू एंड फेयर व्यू आपके फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट का सामने निकल के आए. ओके, सो फॉर दिस पर्पस दिस अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड कम्स टू इन एग्जिस्टिंग. Okay, and transaction between a reporting party and related party. So you have to disclose that these are the related party of us, and we do these transactions. These transactions take place between reporting party and related party. So the enterprises which have control on another party, that enterprises will be known as reporting enterprises, and on which the reporting enterprises have control, that enterprises will be known as related parties. Okay. Yes. Now units cover under related party relationship. So under related party relationship, which kind of units will be covered? Holding companies, subsidiary companies, and any fellow subsidiaries. So in related parties, it will include holding companies, subsidiary companies, and any fellow companies. The subsidiary company of holding company or any fellow subsidiary of holding company. Okay. Associates and joint ventures of reporting enterprises. Investors in respect of which reporting enterprises is an associate or a joint venture. Individuals owning direct or indirect interest in the voting power of reporting enterprises that gives them control or significant influence over the enterprises and relative to any such individuals. Key management personnel and his relatives. Enterprises over which any person who is key management personnel or has direct and indirect interest in voting power can exercise significant influence. So all these units will be covered under related party relationship. The first is holding companies, subsidiary companies, and fellow subsidiaries will be included in related party relationship. Any associates and their joint ventures will be included in related party relationship. And any investor in respect of which reporting enterprises is associate or joint venture. So the investors in associates and joint ventures will also be related party relationship. Individuals owning direct and indirect interest in voting power will also be included in related party relationship. Any key management will also be included in related party relationship. And any enterprises over which any person who is key management personnel or has direct and indirect interest in voting power. So if you have any direct or indirect voting power in any organization or any enterprises, and you can exercise that significant influence at the same time, then that enterprises will also be known as related party relationship. They fall in related party relationship. Okay, so this accounting standard basically comes into existence for what? For this accounting standard says if you have any related party, then you have to disclose the transaction which you have done or which takes place between you and your related parties. Okay, so reporting party have डिस्क्लोज द रिलेटेड पार्टी डिस्क्लोजर, क्या नीड ऐसी नीड पड़ गई कि आपको रिलेटेड पार्टी का भी डिस्क्लोजर करना जरूरी है। तो बेसिकली भी इसकी जरूरत क्यों पड़ती है, अगर हम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बात करें तो जो भी हमारे फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट के यूजर्स हैं उनको एक ट्रू एंड फेयर व्यू मिलेगा कि भाई इस कंपनी के साथ ये कंपनी आपकी रिलेटेड है, आपसे रिलेटेड है, आपकी सब्सिडियरी कंपनी, इसके साथ आप कोई ट्रांजेक्शन कर रहे हैं और ये ट्रांजेक्शन आप सही, अगर आप अपना ट्रांजेक्शन दिखाते हैं इस कंपनी के साथ बट ये नहीं शो करते कि आपकी रिलेटेड पार्टी है, ये रिलेटेड कंपनी है आपकी, तो इन दैट केस क्या होगा, जो अपने फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट यूजर्स उनको पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि आपकी रिलेटेड पार्टी है। और जब उनको पता चलेगा तो उनको लगेगा कि आपने ये बात इसलिए छुपाई क्योंकि आप जो जो सेल जिस रेट पे सेल कर रहे हो या जो भी सर्विसेज दे रहे हो, जिस रेट पे आउटसाइडर्स को दे रहे हो उससे कम रेट पे अपने रिलेटेड पार्टीज को दे रहे हो, जो भी ट्रांजेक्शन आप कर रहे हो वो कम मनी पे कर रहे हो एज कम्पेयर टू अदर्स। ओके, तो अगर आप स्पेसिफिकली दिखाओगे कि मेरी रिलेटेड पार्टी है, इसके बीच में मेरे ये ट्रांजेक्शन है, दैट मींस यू आर क्लियर कि आपको आपको कुछ भी जस्टिफाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आपने जो आप ये शो कर पाएंगे कि जो ट्रांजेक्शन जिस रेट पे जिस अमाउंट पे हम ये ट्रांजेक्शन अदर किसी पार्टी के साथ करते हैं वैसा ही हम करते हैं रिलेटेड पार्टी के साथ है। तो इतना ट्रू एंड फेयर व्यू देने के लिए अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड इंग्लिश में आया है। ओके, now see the need of a related party disclosure. Requirement of statutes. The statutes governing an enterprises often require disclosure of related party transaction in the financial statement. तो जो भी आपकी गवर्निंग बॉडी है और ये एक लॉ की डिमांड है या गवर्निंग बॉडी जो है आपकी स्टेट गवर्निंग है उसकी ये डिमांड है कि आपको आपके रिलेटेड पार्टी का डिस्क्लोजर करना चाहिए। दैट मींस ये एक लॉ की रिक्वायरमेंट है कि दैट यू हैव टू डिस्क्लोज ऑल द ट्रांजैक्शन व्हिच टेक प्लेस बिटवीन यू एंड योर रिलेटेड पार्टी। Okay, then to reflect that transaction may not be at arm's length price without related party disclosure, there is a general presumption that transaction reflected in the financial statement are on arm's length basis, that is transaction occurs between two unrelated parties and is not affected by the any relationship. So आपको क्या अभी मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया, जैसे आपका अगर आप रिलेटेड पार्टी के बारे में डिस्क्लोज करते हैं तो ये आपका रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा कि आप नॉट फॉलोइंग द आर्म्स लेंथ प्राइस। आर्म्स लेंथ प्राइस मतलब कि आप अपने रिलेटेड, आर्म्स लेंथ का मतलब होता है जो आपके रिलेटेड पार्टी है उसको आप एट उसी प्राइस पे वो चीजें कर रहे हो, वो ट्रांजेक्शन उसी प्राइस पे कर रहे हो जिस प्राइस पे आप बाहर के लोगों से कर रहे हो। अगर वो आपसे रिलेटेड नहीं होते, वो आपसे अनरिलेटेड होते तो भी आप इसी प्राइस पे डील करते हो उनके साथ और अभी भी आप इसी प्राइस पे डील कर रहे हो। तो फॉर reflect that to reflect that condition you have to disclose your related party transactions. Okay, the next, effect on financial position and operating results. The operating results and the financial position of an enterprise may be affected by related party relationship even if the related party transactions do not occur. The mere existence of relationship may be sufficient to affect the transactions of the opposing parties with the other parties. So आपका क्या होता है कि आपको इट मे बी दैट योर रिलेटेड पार्टी इज इन्फ्लुएंसिंग योर ट्रांजैक्शंस और मे बी it is affected your it is affecting your transactions also, reporting parties transactions also. So it may be that operating result and financial position of a enterprise is affected by the related party. Okay, so that's why you have to clearly mention that we face some loss or something, we face some loss this year due to related parties. So this is very clear for point of view in point of view related parties. So in the point of view reporting parties. तो रिपोर्टिंग पार्टीज के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत क्लियर हो जाएगा कि आपको जो लॉस फेस करना पड़ा है वो रिलेटेड पार्टीज के करना पड़ा है, जो भी आपका प्रॉफिट हुआ है वो रिलेटेड पार्टी की वजह से हुआ है या फिर आपके ट्रांजैक्शन को रिलेटेड पार्टी अफेक्ट कर रही है। तो ये आप जब क्लियरली मेंशन कर देंगे तो जो आपके यूजर्स हैं फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट के उनको कहीं ना कहीं आप में ट्रस्ट बिल्ड होगा और ट्रस्ट बिल्ड होगा तो वो आपके यहाँ इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे। नाउ recording of all possible transactions. Related party transactions need to be disclosed and sometimes transaction would not have taken place if the related party relationship had not been existed. So you have to record all these possible transactions which is not take place if you have you don't have relation of related party of that party. तो आपके कई बार ऐसे ट्रांजेक्शंस भी होते हैं कि जो अगर आप रिलेटेड पार्टी नहीं होते तो शायद नहीं आपके बीच, तो उन ट्रांजेक्शंस को दिखाने के लिए भी relationship between the parties, a description of nature of transaction, volume of transaction, either an amount or a part thereof, any elements of the related party transaction which is necessary for the understanding of the financial statements, outstanding amount from related parties at the balance sheet date, provision for doubtful debt due to related parties at the balance sheet date, and amount written off or written back of debts to or from the related parties. So these all transactions which takes place due to related parties or relation to related parties, then these all kind of things you have to disclose, or reporting enterprises should be disclosed. So a reporting enterprises should disclose these all information. Okay. Now, cases when disclosure is not required. So there is some situations or cases where disclosure is not required. So what are these cases? You see, intra-group transactions. If you do any intra-group transactions, if one group do some transaction to another group in same enterprises. Okay. So in reporting enterprises, suppose in reporting enterprises there is two group or two departments. If these groups are taking something or giving something between, yeah, or some transaction taking place between these two groups, then there is no requirement to show these transactions which takes place between intra group transactions, which is intra group transactions. तो एक ही enterprises जो reporting enterprises है उसमें अगर different groups है और उन groups के बीच में कोई transaction होते हैं तो उन transactions को दिखाने के disclose करने के लिए नहीं. Okay. Second, enterprises who have statutory requirement of the confidentiality. So it is mandated. It is the statutory requirement to confidential. See, if there is any requirement to the law or there is any statutory requirement that enterprises must be confidential and all the transactions in enterprises must be confidential. If it is the requirement of law or requirement of any statutory body, then in that case there is no requirement of disclosure of related party transaction. तो enterprises इस टाइप के enterprises हैं जिसके जो भी डेटा है उनको confidential रखने की requirement है. एक law की requirement है, एक legal requirement है कि आपको अपने डेटा को confidential रखना है. Then in that case related parties का disclosure की requirement है. And in third case where disclosure is not required is related party relationship of state control enterprises with other state control enterprises. अगर related party ऐसी है जो state control enterprises है जिसको कंट्रोल कौन करता है, स्टेट लेवल पे कंट्रोल करती है. एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट के बीच में कंट्रोल पार्टीज के बीच में रिलेशन है. रिलेटेड पार्टी कौन है, एक स्टेट कंट्रोल एंटरप्राइजेस और दूसरे स्टेट की कंट्रोल एंटरप्राइजेस. इन दैट केस देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ डिस्क्लोजर. ओके. Second, example of related party transaction. The following are the examples of the related party transaction in respect of which disclosure may be made by any reporting. So there are some examples of the related party transactions. Which kind of transaction takes place between reporting parties and related parties. So purchase of sales may take place between reporting parties and related parties. Purchase of sale of fixed assets takes place. Rendering or receiving of services, agency agreements. If a related party or reporting party do any agency agreement or leasing and hire purchase agreement, it may be that the reporting party and related party may do some purchase leasing or hire purchase agreements. Then in that case that agreements, these transactions must be shown in the books of reporting parties. Transfer of research and development, license agreements, finance, including loans and equity contribution in cash or in kind, or guarantees and collaterals and management contracts, including the capitation of interest. So these kind of transactions can take place between the related party and a reporting party. Okay. So this is all about your accounting standard 18, that is related party disclosure. Okay. So that's it for today. Thank you guys.